This is section 3-1, Introduction to Consumer Credit. Our quote is the following: "He that goes a-borrowing goes a-sorrowing." Benjamin Franklin said this. Now, basically what was he trying to say is that if you borrow money, this could be an unhappy experience for you. Our objectives in this lesson are going to be to define the basic vocabulary of credit terms, to identify types of lending institutions, and to compute finance charges for installment purchases. Now, we have a number of key terms here that we need to define. First of these is credit. This is when something is bought that is not paid for immediately, okay? A debtor are people who use credit. A creditor are people that extend credit to consumers. An asset is everything you own, okay? They are all your assets. Earning power, that's your ability to earn money now and in the future, okay? So that's considered your earning power, and it's important when you're talking about credit. Your credit rating is how well you meet your financial obligations. Are you late? Do you pay everything on time? Do you have a significant amount of money in the bank? Credit reporting agency, they compile records on all users of credit, okay? There are various credit reporting agencies. Next is your Fico Score. This is important. This is a score that summarizes the probability that debtors will repay their debts. The higher the score, the better more likely the person is to pay off their debts. These numbers go anywhere, I believe it's from 300 to 850, with 850 being perfect. Installment plan. This is paying for merchandise or services over a period of time, okay? That is installment plan. All right, so let's look at some examples. Our first example is, Heather wants to purchase an electric guitar. The price of the guitar with tax is $2,240. If she can save $90 per month, how long will it take her to save up for the guitar? Well, as I said, the price of the guitar is $2,240. And if she can save $90 per month, we divide these two and we come out with 24.9 months. So basically, 25 months, just a little bit over 2 years, she can save enough money to buy the guitar. Well, Heather happens to be in the store looking at the guitar, and a salesperson comes over and suggests that she buy the guitar on the installment plan. All right? Remember the definition of installment plan. It requires a 15% down payment. That's how much you must pay up front. The remainder, plus an additional finance charge, is paid on a monthly basis for the next 2 years. The monthly payment is $88.75. So what is the finance charge, or how much does she have to pay for the ability to buy this on the installment plan? Well, first, let's figure out how much of a down payment she needs to make. As you recall, we said it's a 15% down payment. So if you take the price of the guitar, $2,240, and multiply it by 0.15, okay, that's the decimal equivalent of 15%, we come out with the down payment is $336. So we know she's had to pay $336 up front. Now, she's going to make monthly payments in the amount of $88.75 for 2 years, okay? So if we take $88.75, multiply it by 24 months, that means at the end of those 4 months, she's paid to the store $2,130 in monthly payments. Well, if I add that $2,130 in monthly payments, plus her down payment of $336, we come out with that she has ended up paying for that guitar $2,466. Well, the original price was only $2,240. So how much finance charge has she had to pay? Well, if you subtract the $2,466 and subtract from it the purchase price of $2,240, we come out with a finance charge, or the amount extra that she's had to pay in order to get this guitar on the installment plan, of $226. So look at another example here. Carpet King is trying to increase sales, and it has instituted a new promotion. All purchases can be paid on the installment plan with no interest. That's encouraging. As long as the total is paid in full within 6 months. This is something that a lot of the furniture stores and carpet stores do, even in our area. They'll say no interest for 6 months, okay? Now, there is a $20 minimum monthly payment required. If the Schuster family buys carpeting for $2,134 and makes only the minimum payment for 5 months, how much will they have to pay in the 6th month? Now remember, they're paying only the minimum payment of $20. All right, so for 5 months, $20 times 5, they've paid $100 in 5 months. Well, the 6th month rolls around and they have to take and pay off the balance. Well, the original price was $2,134. In 5 months, they've paid $100. That means they still owe $2,034, which they must pay in the 6th month. So let's look at still another example. Cecilia purchased $4,322 worth of home appliances on Appliance Depot's deferred payment plan, okay? So this is a deferred payment plan. The plan allows the customer to make a down payment, and there is no payment at all for 3 months. If the $4,322 is paid in full before the 3 months is up, there is no interest. This is a store's way to have customers make purchases. They're trying to make it look like it's trying to make it easier to take and purchase these without having to pay the full amount up front. Let's see. Okay, so there is a finance charge of 21.6% applied each month going back to the first month if it's not paid in full within 3 months. If Cecilia makes the full payment a week after the 3 months has expired, what is the finance charge, okay? So if she pays it within 3 months, there's no finance charge, there's no interest. But as soon as it ticks even 1 day beyond the 3 months, then they're going to charge finance back to the first month. So first of all, let's look at what the monthly interest rate is. We said the APR was 21.6%, okay? Now, 21.6%, the monthly interest rate would be divided by 12, would be 1.8%, or 0.018. Remember, we always convert percents to decimal when we're ever doing financial calculations like that. So each month, her interest rate is 1.8%. All right, so let's look at the first month's interest, all right? Now, she didn't have to take and pay any down payment. There was no down payment, right? So the first month's interest is going to be the amount charged, the full amount, $4,322 times 0.018, or comes out to be the finance or interest charge the first month is $77.80. That means the balance after that first month, you take the purchase price plus the interest, the balance after that first month is going to be $4,399.80. All right, so let's look what happens after the second month and the third month. The second month, the balance is no longer this $4,322 with added interest to it. It's now $4,399.80. The interest rate is still the same, 0.018. But now the interest for the second month is $79.20. It's a little bit more than it was for the first month because the balance is greater. So the balance after the second month is now $4,479. It's no longer the $4,322 that the original price was. But now after 2 months, with 2 months interest, it's $4,479. Do the same thing for the third month. Take the new balance, $4,479 times 0.018. The third month's interest is higher still. It's now $80.62. So the balance due after the third month is going to be $4,559.62. So the finance charge, or the amount extra that Cecilia's had to pay, remember the original price was $4,322. So that's the original price, but she hasn't paid that now because she's had to pay interest for 3 months. So she has actually paid $4,559.62, or she's had a finance charge of $237.62. So in order to take and utilize this deferred payment plan, it's cost her $237.62 additional, or above what she would have paid if she had paid cash in full up front. All right, let's look at still another example. Circuit Town is having a huge sale on large screen TVs. Okay, we want to purchase a 60-inch curved screen TV for $2,045.15, including sales tax. This purchase was paid on a 6-month layaway plan, all right? She had to pay a monthly payment of $361. What is the sum of the monthly payments, and what was charged for the layaway plan? All right, so the monthly payment, as I said, was $361. And this was a 6-month layaway plan, all right? So $361 times 6 comes out to be $2,166. So that's the sum of the monthly payments. Now, what was charged for the layaway plan? Well, she now, because of the monthly payments, actually ended up paying $2,166, okay? And the original price was $2,045.15. So therefore, the cost of the layaway plan was $120.85. So this is how much she had to pay for the convenience of the layaway plan. Now, what's interesting about a layaway plan is you don't get the item. However, the price stays the same, okay? So this price is the original price on the day you made the purchase. You don't get the TV, but that price stays the same. So if in those intervening 6 months the price goes up, you still only owe the $2,045.15. Now, but obviously there is a charge for the layaway plan, and that's the $120.85. So that's the cost you have to pay for putting this aside, paying it in installments since you don't have the full amount of cash, and getting it later. All right, so let's look at this last example here. Mike has a credit rating of 720. Tyler has a credit rating of 560. Mike and Tyler apply for identical loans from Park Bank. Mike is approved for a loan 5.2% interest, and Tyler is approved for a loan charged 3 points higher because of his inferior credit rating. What interest rate is Tyler charged? All right, so let's look at what transpires here. Now, Tyler is approved for a loan 3 percentage points higher, so that's an additional 3%. Now, I made a mistake here. This wasn't 3.2%. This should have been 5.2%. So this is 5.2%. All right? Now, if it's 3% higher, it's, again, this is an incorrect figure. It's going to be 8.2% is going to be his interest. All right? Now, the math here is pretty simple, obviously, but it does show how credit rating makes a big difference. As you recall, the credit scores go anywhere from, I believe it's 300 to 850. This is 720 is a very good credit score. 560 is not that great. It's sort of average or below average. So if you've got this really good credit score, you can get this really good interest rate, in this case 5.2%. But Tyler, since he has a lower credit score or a worse credit rating, is going to have to pay more. He's going to have to pay 8.2%. It's going to cost him more money because his credit rating is worse than Mike's. So this is why a credit score or FICO score is important when you're borrowing money, because the higher the score, the better, more likely you can get a loan. Plus, if you can get a loan, more likely that rate is going to be less than what it would be for somebody with a lower credit score.